¿cómo está? Yo pienso mucho de ustedes hablan en inglés, entonces yo hablo mejor inglés. ¿Está bien? Yeah, so I am Isaac. This is my wife, Annalie. We are in Bolivia. We are building a center to help kids on the street, to help orphaned kids, to help mums, young mums and their kids that have come from abuse or have been raped and really bad, terrible situations. Yeah, and so we're building this center, and we are so happy that we are connected with you guys. It means such a lot. I know that some of you know us already, and some of you, we might be new faces to you guys, but we know that some of you are already praying for us, and we really appreciate that. We really appreciate how you're trying to help us in Bolivia. So we wanted to share with you what we've been doing and what we're going to do. So at the moment we're here at the center. We're trying to finish the building. We've got some builders behind us working. We're putting up the columns. Those ones have been done. The ones behind still need concrete. And then we're going to be putting a roof on. And we can't wait because we've had water coming through. We have not been able to unpack properly. We're still living out of suitcases. We actually lived in a tent for more than a year and a half. I think it was a year and 8 months. We lived in a tent, and then we dealt with tropical rain storms and everything that you can imagine living in the countryside, in the jungle, subtropical climate in Bolivia. We've been dealing with insects, all kinds of stuff here. But we've really been, I call it a baptism, don't I, honey?
Yeah.
We've been baptized, full immersion into life in Bolivia, in the sticks. And we know what it's like for a lot of the people that we're helping, which is really important. You know, that we're not just coming from a first world country and continuing in that way, but we've actually sort of really connected in with the local community, and we understand what it's like. So a lot of people over here, they go to the river to wash their clothes, they cook on fire. There's a lot of problems that they suffer with. A lot of them live in wood and mud shacks still. There's all kinds of dangers you can imagine. We've seen kids running around in really dangerous situations, but we come across all kinds of problems here in Bolivia, and that's what we've come to do. We've come to help the poor, to give food to the hungry, to clothe the poor, to give them clothes, but also to be a centre of rehabilitation, restoration, and then reintegration. And one of the most important things for us is sustainability, and so here we're trying to set up sustainable projects. But as with anything this big, it takes a lot of effort to get everything off the ground and started. And it's really a huge project, and if we'd known how hard it was going to be, we may not have had the courage to start it, but God really just gave us that passion and that love for the people, and especially for the kids that we see suffering on the streets, suffering, being neglected. There's a lot of, they reckon every year there's about 800,000 kids that suffer with neglect and abuse, and we often come across issues in the rural communities of abuse, even rape and things like that going on, and it's very difficult for us when we hear stories and we encounter these situations. But that's what we're here for. We want to help. We want to change Bolivia. We want to change the lives of the families that we come across and the kids that we meet, and we need your help. So thank you so much for all that you are trying to do to help us with what we're doing. This is one part of the centre that's nearly complete. This room here is going to be where we're going to cook lots of food. We already use this room for cooking food when we give out food on the streets, and in the communities we prepare food in this little room here. And it's a long room. We've got a wood-fired oven at one end, actually, being sustainable and having a lot of dead wood around us. We're using that. Annalie done a beautiful painting of this parrot. We're going to try and make the centre really kid-friendly, and we're going to do lots more paintings like that in lots of places around the property once we've got bit further ahead. But yeah, God bless you. If you want to connect with us, visit our website. It's ourmissionbolivia.com. It's probably not up to date. We're a bit behind on keeping everything up to date. And you can also sign up to our newsletter. We have a regular newsletter we send out every 2 months. We send that out, and we also have a prayer group on WhatsApp. So do get in touch if you'd like to join us on this mission and be a part of what we're doing in Bolivia. God bless you. Bye.